about the second most important part of a scrapbook page. Can you guess what number one is? Number one is your photographs. Make sure you have some great photographs with great backgrounds and focus in on your subjects. But the second most important part of your scrapbook page is journaling. So sit back, relax, and learn how to journal today on the Nifty Scrapbooker. And this is what we're going to be talking about today is actually the second most important part of a scrapbook page. The first important part of a scrapbook page is actually your photographs. So you want to make sure you have nice, crisp, clear photographs like these two I have here. The second most important part of your layout of your scrapbook page is actually your journaling box. Because a picture can only tell so many stories. But like this picture right here, it shows a birthday party and me blowing out candles. But what birthday party was it? Well, you wouldn't know without a journaling box that it was my 25th birthday. So what we're going to be doing here is showing you how to take these journaling boxes and how to make them and actually how to use them on our pages. So let's just pull this page aside for right now. We'll come back to that a little later. So this is a journaling box I have here. It's pre-lined paper that I had from Creative Memories. And what I did is I just took an eighth of an inch border around it with a piece of brown cardstock. And I took my distress ink. This one is actually called Walnut Stain. And I actually distressed the edge of the brown as well as the edge of the journaling box. So you can use lined and unlined. So you could have a journaling box that look like that. And as you see, I have it brought to the very bottom of the page, of the box here. Because I'm dropping it at the bottom of my page and having it come up off the page. So this journaling box here that I got here, I used a different distress ink. It was called Peacock Feathers that I used for this border. I used a border, let's see if I can find it here, a card border from Kiwi Lane. It was called Blissful. So I just laid it on my paper, my colored paper, traced the outline of it, and then cut it off and put it on a piece of aqua paper. So that could be a journaling box that you can write off to the side. Some journaling boxes you might want to use like a silver marker. So if you have a silver marker, this would be a great journaling box for a silver marker. I have this blue circled paper in the background and this dark blue paper. So you could use maybe a silver marker or a white marker on this to showcase that journaling. You could also double layout. So I have a small piece. This is how you can take, if you need to take a bigger spot on your page, but you only just have a little bit of journaling to do. It's just 1, 2, 3 lines of journaling. Then I did a wider box, and I used a special corner punch to do this decorative punch around the outside. Did it in green, and then a pattern green here. So those are 4 different kinds of journaling boxes you can do, using templates, using punches such as this one. Here is the one I used for that. That's the punch I used, corner punch I used for this one here. So that's an old retired one by Creative Memories. And you can use distress ink on some of them like these two. You don't have to use distress ink on it like on these two. But journaling is the second most important part of your page. So let's go back to the page we had here. We're just going to discuss how we journal. So I have 2 pictures here. 2 photographs. One is when I started in when I was in college, and this one was after college. So I could say something like, in college, for a banquet, we formed a quartet, which I sang in. So we'll just go ahead and write that in there. In college, at a banquet, we formed a quartet to sing. Let's see. In college at a banquet, we formed a quartet to sing. Let's just put some songs. Now, this one I know a little more detail about it. This one I can't even remember even doing this, but it was something that I found a photograph deep in my recesses of all the photography I have. This one was my 25th birthday. It was thrown by my fiance at the time, and my youth group that we were running was there. So I enjoyed my 25th birthday with my fiance, my brother, because he lived in the house with me at that time, and our youth group. And I'll just do a BTW. By the way, it was a surprise party. And see, I knew I wasn't going to have enough room to write, by the way, it was a surprise party, to finish off that journaling box. So I just did a simple acronym there, a BTW, that we use in texting a lot. And then I was able to fit all that sentence in there. And then we simply take our tape. I use the Scotch brand permanent runner dots. And we'll just add that onto here. I'm going to offset it from that photo a little bit. And as you see what I've done, and I've done this on purpose, I have about a ½ inch there, about a ½ inch there, about a ½ inch there. So you can actually line it up so you have several things. Now, one of the other things I want to show you about a page like this is I want to show you my second page I have. I already have the journaling box done. I already have my photos. But what I want to talk about is this paper right here. As you see, this paper is not so much different from this paper in color-wise. It's a little darker brown, not so orangey as this paper is. I mean, it coordinates well with it, but what the difference is my distress ink. So let me show you what it would look like without the distress ink. So here's the second page to this double page layout. And if I would lay this on here without the distress ink, look how that just blends in with this paper. So when I lay my photographs on it, you really can't even see that it was there. Okay? So what we're going to be doing on this piece of paper is we're going to be using the distress ink. So we'll just take my ink here, the walnut stain, using my little thing here. Now it is a little harder. This is a little thinner paper, so it's a little harder to use the distress ink than a thicker paper is. So you just want to hold it closely with your other thumb to bring your distress ink around. This just gives it enough interest along the border. What it also does is this is a white piece of back paper, so when you cut it, it has this white core that's showing. That covers up that white core. On solid core paper, you don't have to worry about as much as it. Like this here, this brown paper has solid core on it. But I use the distress ink on that as well, just to give it a little dimension. Okay, we got that side done. I usually don't distress ink the edges because it is just the edge of the paper. Saves on distress ink, saves on time. If you don't hold right along it, you're going to put a lot of wrinkles in your paper. So you want to hold as you go down through. Nobody wants a bunch of wrinkly paper when they go to lay it down. And there we finished it. Now let's put a little bit of tape on that. And we're going to run this just off the bottom of the paper. So we're going to bring it right through here. Bring it over a little bit. Just a little bit. Make sure it's right along the line there. And we'll ring it around through here until it meets the other. Now look how that stands off that page. Isn't that great? So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this one down about 1/4 of an inch. Put our tape on the back of this. Oops. We're going to come just so it overlaps a little bit. We're going to kind of line this up to see where it overlaps. We're going to go up a little bit. There we go. And we're going to lay this one down. That's our core piece, since we already have our piece there done. And we're going to kind of center this between the two, and that should be about 1/4 of an inch on each one of those. So there we go. Throw my distress ink away, put my Scotch tape away, and let's look at this double page layout here. Isn't that a great layout? Shows the different pictures, and you see there's about 1/4 inch here too. So that's kind of cool too. See, I did the bottom here, the white part bottom here, white part bottom there. It just shows a little different interest while creating this interesting layout. So this is another layout from the Nifty Scrapbookers. I hope to see you next week as we just show you another layout. I don't know what it will be, but we'll have another layout for you next week. Also, I want to remind you that I am going to be having a giveaway, a grab bag giveaway. So you want to tell all your friends about the grab bag giveaway when I hit 100 subscribers. Right now we're at 85. We only have 15 more subscribers to go, and we'll be using a grab bag giveaway. So one of you scrapbookers will get a whole pile of scrapbook supplies everywhere from, let's see, so far I have collected, I have some books on scrapbooking, I have some paper, some embossing folders, some stickers, some tags, some washi tape, just a little bit of everything that helps you make a scrapbook. And it's going to be themed for summer. So I can't wait to give that away when we hit 100 subscribers. So I'll see you next time on The Nifty Scrapbooker. So at the end of today's broadcast, I just wanted to share with you the rules and regulations for our grab bag giveaway. They're really quite simple, to be quite honest. What we're trying to do is reach 100 subscribers. So when I reach 100 subscribers, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be posting a video saying, surprise, we got to our 100 subscribers. And what we'll be doing is I'll be sharing to you and showing you the grab bag giveaway that I'll be doing. When we do that, what we're going to be doing is when you comment on that video, as you comment, I'm going to be putting in your name in the hat for the grab bag giveaway. And out of those people that comment, I will be giving one of you a great grab bag of giveaway of all kinds of items. So you want to sit back and invite those friends to like and subscribe to my scrapbook page. We'll see you next week on The Nifty Scrapbooker.